Hello guys, my name is Troy. Welcome back to my booktube channel. Today I have another recommendation video, which is basically the books you need to read this summer. My 5 kind of Troy's picks for books that are, fun and unique to read in the summer. I try to pick books that I didn't really talk about that much. Like I probably could tell you, like read Keep Lost Cities or read Unwanteds, but I've talked about this series so much. So I've tried to find 5 series that I've talked about in like 0 or 1 videos. That's my goal, to give you guys unique recommendations that you haven't heard about before. And I think you guys are going to enjoy this video and the recommendations that I have. Also, quick announcement, I am almost 100% sure that I'm going to be doing a live stream this weekend. I've never done a live stream like by myself, so I have no idea how it's going to turn out or how the quality is going to be, so you have to give me a little bit of slack on that. But yeah, it's going to be my first one on this channel, and I'm going to be doing it from 4:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 5:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so 1 hour. If you want to check your time against mine, I'll probably leave some of the times in the description, but that live stream will be for like 1,000 celebration, and we'll do some book chats and stuff, and yeah, I'll get more information out to you later. But make sure to like this video before we get in, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and make sure you leave a comment with some of the books that you're reading this summer down in the description, down in the comments below. But yeah, let's jump into my first book recommendation. Let's not waste any more time. Okay, so my first summer pick is the Stranded series by Jeff Probst, and this like screams summer to me, and it's just basically a really quick, really fun, really cool series by the host of Survivor, if you've watched that show. But yeah, Stranded is all about kind of like a survival island story where basically there's these 4 kids on this boat, and somehow the adults like go off the boat, and then the boat spirals out of control, crashes on this island, and then they're all stuck on this island and they have to survive together. And like there's this really like fun aspect to it where it's like the relationship of these kids are like that they're like kind of like new stepbrothers and stepsisters. Like their mom had 2 kids and their dad had 2 kids, they remarried, and now there's this new family, so there's this interesting dynamic between the family. I just really like this story, and it's like a series too, so like this is just the first book, but there's actually like 2 series. Like there's the first series on one island, and then there's the second series on another island. And so this is really fun. Again, just another fun survival series where you have to see like what they have to eat, how they get shelter, all that fun stuff, and just seeing their family dynamic, as well as it just gets so much better like in the second series too. They go to this new island, they get stranded on a new island, and they have to like start doing some challenges and stuff on that island, and there's people actually living on that island, and then there's this whole competition and stuff. So it's really fun, and I just love seeing how they go through the challenges, how they grow as individuals. It just feels really summery too, because it's on an island, the sun is overhead, and gave off really summery vibes, and you should totally read it this summer. Alright, next up we have the Redwall Chronicles by Brian Jacques. I love that name. Anyways, so the Redwall series is, I don't really remember much about it, but I know it's such a good summary book. It's basically this like really interesting kind of like medieval political adventure craziness, but with like animal characters. So basically like there's whole conquest, like there's these rulers that are cats, and like there's this castle, there's like the mice and the rodents and all that. They go to this abbey, and then there's like this, it's like really realistic too. It just doesn't take place with humans, and it's so cool. The other books too have all these kind of cool political stories where all these troublesome things happen, and I know I'm not selling this book to you, but it's really good, trust me. I'll just read the back because that might help you, because I don't really understand it. So, in the summer of the late rose, and the gentle mice of Mossflower Wood are gathered at the ancient stone abbey of Redwall, celebrating a year of peace and abundance. But a sinister shadow has fallen across the abbey, for it is rumored that Cluny is coming. Cluny, the terrible one-eyed rat and his battle-seasoned horde. Cluny, whose vow is to conquer Redwall. So yeah, Redwall is this like peaceful abbey, and it's basically, it takes place in every single book. There's this abbey where all the mice and all like the rodents are in peace, and they're all like, just eating and having a good time, learning, educating themselves. And then in this book, I guess like these rats are trying to attack the Redwall Abbey, and it's just like a really interesting story. Like I don't really know how much to say, but it gives you so much like summery vibes, just like the way like it's how it's really medieval, like the food, there's so much food in there, makes me get hungry, and it's just like a really interesting story of like heroism, and like leadership, and it's really fun. I don't know how to sell this to you, but just try it, look it up, look up some reviews. Trust me, you will love this series, and I need to get back into it. I only have the first book, but I've read a few of the books and they're so good. Alright, next book. Alright, next up we have Cinder, or the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, and this is a perfect book this summer to read unless you get triggered by plagues, because there is a plague that's taking place in this book. And also kind of like the main problem in this book. So yeah, if you are not like wanting to read about plagues or viruses and like it's spreading and like killing people, don't read this book. And it's like, it's not even like a dark book either though. It's like kind of like a fun, like middle grade, you know, like happy book, but still there is a plague that's running around and killing people. But yeah, anyways, okay, so now that I got that out of the way, this series is so fun. It is basically this twist on Cinderella. It's a Cinderella retelling, but in a sci-fi way, and it's so original, so amazing. I've always never wanted to read this book because of the cover. I hate it. I don't like the whole like robot. I don't like the cover at all, basically, and I should have waited until she redid the covers. But anyway, what I was saying is, yeah, I waited so long to read this book, but when I did, it was so great. It's basically about this girl named Cinder, who is the Cinderella, suddenly meets the prince, and she starts realizing all kinds of things about herself. This plague is running around. Her sister gets caught by the plague. She starts working with the researchers to find a cure to the plague because she is not affected by the plague, and there's like this whole interesting conspiracy behind her, and the whole setting is so cool. Like, she is a cyborg, and so she has like these metal parts where she can like take off her foot and like put on a new foot, and it's like so weird and so crazy. And just like seeing how she interacts and goes in the world, and there's this whole relationship with the Lunars and the people on the Earth, and there's the Lunars that have the magic. It's a really interesting book. So like gives us like a really summery vibe, and it's just like a really happy, fun middle grade book, except for the plague that's going on. And there's like this whole emotional feel to it. There's a lot of relatability within it, and I can't wait for you guys to read it if you haven't already. But this is a popular book, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you guys have read it. Alright, let's get on to the next book. Okay, so since this new arrival just came out, The Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes, it is a perfect time to read the Hunger Games series this summer, because again, we got a new prequel written by Suzanne Collins to the series called The Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes. And yeah, if you want to kind of catch yourself up in the Hunger Games world and read that new, very anticipated arrival, definitely go read the series again. And this also is just such a really fun summer read because it's actually pretty quick, and I feel like I read these so quick. Really fun, like summery feel to it with like the Hunger Games and just like this fast action game, and also this heavy emotion within the Hunger Games. And it's just like an equal mix of like really high anticipated fun action, you know, like between the killing and all that stuff, as well as the heavy emotion that the Hunger Games gives. So yeah, I really enjoyed this series, and I really actually like the second book too. So the first book and the second book are really good for the summer, and the third book is a little bit more like dark and kind of deep into the politics and stuff, so I didn't enjoy this one as much. But this series as a whole is so fun, so cool, and like Katniss is such a great character. We get to see her evolve as the series goes on, and we just grow an attachment to her, we root for her, and we just see her evolve into this Mockingjay and this amazing person. And yeah, it's just so fun to read. Definitely read it during the summer if you want to get that Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes, because I sure am. That's gonna be my next book purchase. I need to get that ASAP, and I need to read these books this summer too. Alright, next up we got Wonder by R.J. Palacio, and I think I talked about this in my contemporary recommendations, but I'll talk about it again because this is a really interesting book and it just needs to be read, so I'm going to be constantly recommending it. And there's a goldfish on the ground. That's nasty, and there's a goldfish right there too. Ew. Okay, anyway, Wonder is all about this boy who has this facial deformity, and he like constantly is like, he has like self-doubt about himself and his appearance, and he doesn't want to go out anywhere. He's homeschooled. He doesn't like walk around with his face shown, like he always puts a mask on. So this is like a really interesting story of him like going into middle school and having to like navigate and like coming to terms with his facial deformity, and then he can't change it, and then he has to go out in the world and do things. And so we just see how Augie like fights and is emotional and is happy and starts to become accepted, and at first he's like the plague and whatever. So like it's just really interesting to see how he grows. It's a really funny book. It's not supposed to be like dark or anything. Like it's just a fun middle grade book, I think based off of a true story, so it's really cool. I mean, it's just really like eye-opening, and I think it's just something you have to read like at some point. Like, you know, sometimes people are just born with these things and you can't make fun of them for it. It's like, so like you just have to like, you know, be more accepting and loving to people like that. So yeah, I just really like this book, and I definitely just recommend you guys read it. Yeah, I don't know, this doesn't really have anything to do with summer, but like I just think you guys need to read it. So yeah. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and my 5 summer picks. It was really fun, and I hope you guys have some new recommendations. So I tried to do books that like I haven't really talked about or that I don't think you would have known about. So yeah, definitely make sure to comment down below. Let's have a discussion. Like, what have you been reading this summer so far? What are you planning to read this summer? Do you have any picks for me? What do you think about the video? I would love your thoughts, and I try to respond to like 85% to 90% of my comments. Just know that in the future, if you give me a comment like closer to my upload release date, it's a better chance that you'll get replies. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like it if you did. That's a really great way to support me and my channel. Liking videos is a great way to like boost the algorithm and stuff like that, because I've done a lot of research on that. So yeah, make sure to like this video to support me. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. We're trying to get to 1.03k, which, yeah, we're kind of growing very slowly right now because we've been losing subscribers at a faster rate than we're gaining them. Like, I lost 30 subscribers last week and I gained 38 subscribers, so I don't know, but at least we're weeding out the people that don't like my videos. That's a good thing. And make sure to share this video with the person who needs recommendations. Sharing my videos is also a very key part to the algorithm, so definitely do that if you want to help me grow. And if you want to watch my last video, if you haven't already, make sure to check it out up there. It is basically this bookish would you rather, where you guys sent me in questions that are bookish would you rather questions. So like, would you rather read this or read this? Or would you rather read short books or long books or ebooks or audiobooks? And really cool questions like that. And I think that wraps up all I have to say. Thanks again for all your support. This Mango fam is definitely strong, and I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to continue these summer uploads for you. But yeah, have a great rest of your day, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Love you so much. Happy reading, and yeah, I'll see you then. Love you. Bye.